Alright guys, welcome back to my videos. Today's video is going to be about training for fat loss. So it's just going to be talking about the training aspect. I'm not going to go into nutrition because if you're in the gym and you're training like an animal and you're not dropping any body fat, you're obviously eating too much, so you need to make sure your nutrition is right. I'm going to leave that for another day. Today is just going to be purely about training and the kind of science behind what training you want to do if you want to drop some body fat. So in today's video, I'm going to talk to you briefly now for the next minute or two just about the kind of training protocols to put in place in order to drop some body fat. Then I'm going to bring you through one of my workouts at the moment, and then afterwards I'm going to actually show you my training split. So my training split's a lot different to what you'd kind of see the usual person doing in the gym, as regards to like the leg push pull is kind of popular at the moment, or the bro split if you want to call one that. My one is kind of a bit more functional. I kind of aim to keep myself playing well, so I'm kind of like a sports player. I play a field sport, so I want to make sure I can still perform well while also looking good by dropping body fat. So my one's a little bit different, but I'll talk about that later in the video. Okay, so firstly, there's no one specific way to drop body fat. There's loads of different ways you can go about it. I always recommend do the way you enjoy it, but this is what I'm currently doing, so it might be of benefit to you. So the first thing I always talk about is tension training on the muscle. So this is obviously going to come into play in resistance training. Okay, so the reason for tension training on the muscles, so let's take like a bicep curl for example. Let's say you're there curling away in the gym, you're keeping tension on the bicep. What you're actually doing is you're causing micro tears in that muscle. So you're kind of tearing the fibers within it, only small little tears. But what it means is when you go to eat after your workout, the food that you eat is actually going to go to repairing that muscle rather than just sticking on your body, because obviously that muscle is going to have to repair. And once you eat, and obviously once you don't go overboard and completely blow out in calories, you just eat the right amount afterwards, you're actually going to use that food far more, what's the word I'm looking for? Far more effectively. It's not the biggest word in the world, but it makes the point clear. It's going to use your food a lot more effectively to repair that muscle, like I said, rather than just sticking as fat in your body. So the main thing to remember is if you're like really looking to drop body fat and make your muscles look better in your body, so essentially look better with less clothes on, you want to be concentrating on tearing them fibers in the muscles. So obviously for the reasons I just explained. So instead of going into the gym and loading the bar up to the last in the bench press, having no real technique, or on a row, having no technique at all, you're far better off going back to a moderate weight that you can actually handle and concentrate on your muscle to mind connection. So you're actually concentrating on squeezing the muscle as you're performing the exercise. This is going to lead to a lot more tension on the muscle. It's going to tear a lot more fibers, and like I said, it's going to allow your food to work a lot better for your body. Then as regards cardio on top of your weights training, so you have your weights training, whatever split you're doing, so you're working the muscles in your body, tearing the fibers. With cardio, there's always two types, HIIT or LIST. So HIIT is high intensity, LIST is low intensity. And this kind of comes down to your personal preference. Whichever one you're going to do is going to work for you. Pros of HIIT is it's short in time. Pros of LIST is it's easy on the body, it's not really taxing, you can do it anywhere pretty much. So for me personally, I'm more of a kind of HIIT person. I rather do high intensity stuff because I'm a pitch-based player, so a sport I play requires a lot of running. So when I'm in the gym, I like to keep my cardiovascular fitness high, and that's my reason for doing a lot of HIIT. But saying that, there is a time and place for LIST. For example, if your body's wrecked tired, you don't want to put more stress in it by going doing a HIIT session. First of all, you're not going to be able to perform it at a high enough intensity, and second of all, you're going to put too much stress in your body, and if stress elevates, a hormone in your body called cortisol is going to rise up, and that makes fat burning a lot tougher. So in saying that, there is a fat loss protocol that's called Stubborn Fat Loss 2.0 or something like that. I think it is, not 100% certain, and they have a theory that you do high intensity because it's going to release lipolysis. That basically means it's going to release your fat cells to be burned. So what they kind of say is do your HIIT and then do low intensity after, because you'll release the lipolysis, and then afterwards the low intensity will burn through that fat. But to be honest with you, I wouldn't really bother with going that far into it unless you're looking to get like stage lean. There's no real need for it. I don't think. For me, I'm happy enough doing my tension training, which is going to be my weights for whatever body part or a full body workout, and then afterwards I'll do my HIIT and I'll kind of break it up. So I'll go more into my training split later on in this video so you can actually see what I do. But right now I'm just going to bring you on my workouts. So remember, kind of tips for your fat loss would be tension training to make your food more beneficial by repairing your muscles, and then including bits of cardio if you need it. And then as always, make sure your diet is spot on. So I'm going to head to the gym right now and I'm going to show you one of the workouts from my current training split. It's like day 5 of my training split, and then afterwards I'm going to actually explain my training split to you so you can see what I'm actually doing in my kind of process of dropping body fat. So without any more, let's get going. just a quick little chat why I'm using the hex bar instead of a straight bar in the deadlift is because at the moment I'm having some lower back issues, so the hex bar puts me in a better position to be more glute dominant rather than lower back dominant, whereas I find is when I'm on a straight bar I'm going to use my lower back a lot more. It's only going to damage it more, whereas if I go with the hex bar I'm in a better position. First of all, I'm a bit more upright, so I can put more force into my glutes rather than my lower back, and that's the reason I'm using the hex bar, in case anyone's going to ask why. And now I'm going to let you get back to the rest of the session. So I hope you enjoyed that little edit of my current workout. So that was day 5. So like I said, I'm doing like 5 days in the gym. So day 1 is push and HIIT. So I go chest, triceps with a little bit of HIIT at the end, usually 10 incline sprints. Day 2 is pull and abs. Day 3 is legs with a bit of conditioning, I call it, at the end of that one. Thursday, day 4 is push day 2, which is kind of more shoulder oriented with another bit of HIIT on that day. And then day 5, which is Friday, which you're just after seeing, is kind of my full body one. So I do either that full body superset workout, or if I see any good WODs from CrossFit or a couple of challenges, I like to do that on that day, just get a lot of volume in, maybe finish off with abs. I have another video on this channel that's called how to build a six pack, so you can check that out to see how I actually do my ab training. And then on the weekend, my 6th day, I like to do some cardio. So like I said, I'm a sports player. I play a lot of sports on the pitch, so I like to get some cardio in on a Sunday morning usually. So what I do there is some hill sprints, maybe 200 meters, and then I go off and just a light 4K run. And that's my current training split. That workout today, the way I did that was supersets for 5 minutes. So 2 exercises back to back. For example, there was bench press and I think single leg squats together in that superset. So what I do is I do 12 reps in the bench press, go out to the single leg squat and do 10 on each leg, straight back to the bench press with minimum rest. And I continue that for 5 minutes back and forth. So that's my day 5 one. Like I said, it's kind of incorporating the tension training, and I'm getting a bit of cardio in there because it's kind of non-stop for 5 minutes, so you're kind of getting the best of both worlds. But then along with that, on my other days, I'm going to make a series out of this on my kind of fat loss journey, if you want to call it that. So I'm going to go through my day 1 later on, maybe next week. I'm going to pop it up on the YouTube channel. My day 2, which will be the back one with abs. Day 3 will be the legs and conditioning. So I'm going to pop these all up on this YouTube channel so you can actually see the workouts, how I do them, and how I'm going about dropping body fat. And then this is all geared towards I'm going to Thailand in April, and then I'm going to bring out 2 videos in Thailand as well. So the first one in Thailand, I'm going to a fitness camp for a week, so I'm going to show you like what that fitness camp is like, what I get up to there for a week. And then the second week in Thailand, I'm going around the islands, I'm going to PP, so I'll obviously record them in PP, and that's going to be a bit more of a party vlog to kind of show you the do's and don'ts of PP. So if you like these videos, you think they're educational and you got something from that training for fat loss, keep watching, because the next ones are going to be on my day 1, which is going to be the push and HIIT. I'll show you how to go through that, and then I'm going to have a chat in that, which is going to be about how to recover from binge eating. So I ran a post on my Instagram, so if you're not following me on Instagram, check that one out. It's pshari1, and it was like a 50-50 vote between training for fat loss, which I'm after covering today, and between recovering from binge eating. So I'll chat about that in the next video, which will probably be out next Monday on YouTube. So again, thanks very much for your time for watching. I hope you found this video useful. I hope you picked up some good tips. Hope you enjoyed watching a little bit of a workout, and like I said, I'll see you again next Monday with my push workout and my HIIT work and talking about recovering from binge eating. Thanks very much.